cases increase around the world, China is still saying there are no new cases where it all began. But local residents tell a different story. Our reporter Tiffany Meyer brings us the details.
For the past 4 days, Wuhan has reported 0 new confirmed cases of the CCP virus. But one resident in Wuhan told us in 2 communities in his residential area, there were confirmed cases, but no one is allowed to report them. The person added anyone who tries to report it has to bear the responsibility, so people stay quiet. He believes the only way to change the status quo is when the communist regime collapses, because he said the Chinese people are now so brainwashed that it goes beyond the imagination of people outside. In recent days, some residential blocks in Wuhan canceled the lockdown, and then they were put on lockdown again. In some residential blocks, announcements were posted about confirmed cases there and reminded residents to be careful.
医疗队员要走，湖北省这边要他们继续留下来，因为有很多复发了，发热门诊现在是没有收的，他还是往那个方舱专门有医院治疗的，又在搞一些方舱医院。
政府的强力管控呢，不管人的生存权，发热的病人，他是被控制的对象，而不是一个被治疗的对象。他其实更像是一个对待敌人的方式，他不是对待病人的方式。医院外面都是有很多警察的。
So what's the reason behind this? Our source told us Wuhan authorities said all state-owned enterprises can only resume work after 14 consecutive days of 0 cases. People are complying so that work can resume regardless of what the actual situation is. In China, blood tests were fast, with results available after 15 minutes and cheap, costing under 300 yuan, which is around $40. It was also proven to have a high accuracy rate, but suddenly several hospitals in Wuhan stopped doing them in recent days. A doctor in Wuhan told his friends it's no longer a medical issue, but rather a political one. According to a March 22nd report from South China Morning Post, confidential government documents revealed over 43,000 asymptomatic patients infected with the CCP virus in China, but they were not counted in the official numbers. A professor of infectious epidemiology at Hokkaido University in Japan found in his research that about 30% of patients diagnosed with the CCP virus were asymptomatic. The World Health Organization classifies all people who test positive as confirmed cases, whether or not they show any symptoms. South Korea does the same. But on January 29th, China's National Health Commission made it clear in a classification that patients will now be divided into suspicious, confirmed, and positive cases. And patients with light or no symptoms will be reported as positive cases, but will not be included in confirmed cases. But studies in Germany, the Netherlands, Canada, and others have found these asymptomatic patients can still spread the virus, so why not count them? So what's the situation like inside Chinese prisons? Statistical data from various districts in China obtained by NTD reveal one prison in Wuhan tested nearly 3,000 prisoners in one day. But out of the nearly 3,000 tested, 0 were confirmed cases. That's strange because on that same day, over 16,000 were tested in Wuhan and over 2% of them were confirmed cases. Out of those prisoners, nearly 400 were people without identities, which raises more questions.